In this lesson, you will create a drafting view detail for a typical text span transition. Click the menu browser and select Open. And in the Open dialog, from the Training Files Imperial folder, open the file rst.doc.det steel 03 text span transition detail. Let's create the drafting view. Click the View tab, and from the Create panel, click Drafting View. Then, in the New Drafting View dialog, for name, type Typical Detail Text Span Transition. Then, with the scale set to 1.5 inch equals a foot, click OK. Let's place a steel beam. Click the Annotate tab, and on the Detail panel, click the Component drop-down and select Detail Component. Then, click the Change Element Type drop-down and select AISC Wide Flange Shapes, section W18 by 35. Then, click in the drawing area to place the component. Next, let's place a bar joist. Click the Change Element Type drop-down and select K-Series Bar Joist, side 14K3. Then, place the joist on the right side of the beam, aligning the bottom of the joist seat with the top of the beam as shown. Then, click Modify and move the joist to the right as shown. Next, let's place a repeating detail. From the Component drop-down, select Repeating Detail. Then, click the Change Element Type drop-down and select Metal Deck. Then, click the end of the joist for the metal deck start point and move your cursor to the right. Then, press the spacebar to rotate the orientation of the deck and move further to the right and specify the end of the metal deck. Then, click Modify. Next, let's place a hollow tube section. From the Component drop-down, click Detail Component, and from the Change Element Type drop-down, select AISC Tube Shapes section HSS 2.5 by 2.5 by 8, and place the tube on the top flange of the steel beam directly next to the joist seat as shown. Next, let's place roof decking. From the Change Element Type drop-down, select Roof Decking Side 1.5 WR22. Then, click the top plane of the existing metal deck and the right edge of the metal tube for the start point of the roof decking. Then, drag your mouse to the left as shown and place the deck approximately as shown. Next, let's place a bar joist. From the Change Element Type drop-down, select K-Series Bar Joist section 14K3 and place the joist to the left of the beam as shown. Then click Modify and let's add weld symbols. In the project browser, expand Families, then Annotation Symbols, then Weld Symbol, and drag the weld symbol bottom to the view and place it as shown. Then click Modify and select the weld symbol and go into its instance properties. Then under Structural, select Field Weld. For bottom weld size, type 3/16 and for bottom weld length, type 2/12, and under Other, clear symbol left and click OK. Then on the leader panel, click Add and drag the leader arrowhead to the position shown. Then press Escape twice. And let's add annotations. From the text panel, click Text. Then add text and leaders to the detail view as shown. Then close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson.